Hey guys, Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, beasted on standoff here, you'll see. I thought I'd make my video laying out the case for why I think Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty ever made. So, listen up, get comfortable, here we go. Alright, I've got 4 main points on why I think Black Ops 2 is the best so far. First, the maps. In Call of Duty, I like action. I want somebody here in front of me shooting me or getting shot every 10 seconds, and the maps in Black Ops 2 redefined what small is. What a large map used to be was something like Fuel or CeeLo back in Modern Warfare 2 or World at War respectively. Now, those maps don't even exist, and a large map is something like Aftermath, which would previously be considered small. When I died in Array in the previous Black Ops, it was like, oh my god, is this a first-person shooter or some sort of bullshit hiking simulator where I had to run and run and run just to get back to where I used to be? I'm not looking for a hiking simulator in this game, and it's not that I don't think there's any place for large maps in gaming. Heck, I love it in Borderlands 2, but in Call of Duty, I like action. It's supposed to be fast-paced. It's supposed to be taking advantage of those 60 frames per second, and in Black Ops 2, it does. The number one thing I like about Black Ops 2 is the tiny maps. This one here, Standoff, I think is one of the best maps ever to exist in Call of Duty. And it's partly because of the kind of action I get and the amount of like inside outside duck for cover, pop out of cover and get your kills kind of action. I love this map, and I love a lot of Black Ops 2 maps because they give me that non-stop action popping in and out of cover stuff that I'm looking for. Reason number 2, gun balance. Do you remember competitive in Black Ops 1? It was just FAMAS, FAMAS, FAMAS. You know, all FAMAS and nothing else. Occasionally you'd see a shotgun in there, but it was really a FAMAS fest. In Modern Warfare 2 they did a good job, but Black Ops 2 is unprecedented. You didn't see snipers in competitive play in previous Call of Duties. Now you see snipers, you see shotguns, you see assault rifles, you see SMGs, pretty much everything but LMGs, and someone's going to correct me and say somebody loves LMGs, but all the guns are worthy of competitive play in this game, which means that the guns are better balanced than we've ever seen before. There is a play style to make almost every gun work in this game, and I couldn't say that about all the other CODs. In some of the other CODs, if you weren't using one of the top 3 guns, you were really just, you know, sort of holding yourself back and trying to do well in spite of them. In this game, there are a lot of guns that can help you be successful, and you're not holding yourself back. You're just adapting your play style to work for that gun. Next up, the 10-point system. I would hate to leave the 10-point system. It's one of my big concerns about Ghost. You know, is Infinity Ward going to follow suit and build on top of what Black Ops 2 did? Because I don't want to go back to the old thing. When the 10-point system came out, I was wrong. I kind of dogged it and thought that it was just housekeeping, that it wasn't real innovation. It is real innovation. It has changed the way people think about using their classes. It has made secondaries more powerful, as they should be, because secondaries take as many points as primaries do. The 10-point system has allowed you to put more variation in what you do in your class, which allows you to have more variation in what you do in the game. It used to be, like, if you go back, the only thing that would make you really successful was, say, a submachine gun, dead silence, and bandolier and stopping power, you know, and because of that, there was really only one playstyle that was successful, you know, rushing around from place to place with your MP5. Now, because there are so many different classes that you can set up and expect to be competitive with, and there are more ways that you can play this game depending on your mood and the map to make yourself successful. The 10-point system has changed the way that I play COD, and it has added variation, much needed variation, to Call of Duty. Also, it rewards players who know more about the game, and I like that a lot too. If you go back to, say, COD 4, you'd know, like, MP5, stopping power, bandolier, and dead silence. That's your class, and that's all you need to know. You could watch one YouTube video and you're set. I like games that reward people who play them a lot. I like games that, you know, create a skill and knowledge gap. And I know COD doesn't have the highest skill ceiling, but Black Ops 2 has more of a skill ceiling because it takes more knowledge about this game to be successful than it did in, say, COD 4. And I think that's cool. My last point is competitive play. What they did with league play is cool. It used to be that, you know, people had a semi-valid argument about, you know, trying hard or not trying hard in pub matches. Now they've They've split it up. And if you want to go into try-hard mode, if you want to live with your brethren there that really cares about winning and losing, then League Play has a place for you. And I think that it's cool that there is a place for guys who take this game about as seriously as they take pick up basketball, right? It's not like you live and die by whether or not you did well at the court that day, but you don't want people taking 360 half-court shots all the time, goofing things up, and saying, hey, I paid my taxes, I can play this game any way I want to. Now, you go to League Play, and you can fully expect not to see that. You can fully expect to be surrounded by your try-hard brethren. And there's a place for guys who just want to goof off and hang out, and that's pub matches. And there's a place for guys who want to take this super seriously, and they're all about the win, and that's League Play. And I think it's nice that they did that. I think the COD casting is nice. The competitive play show is better than it's ever been, and it's created an industry in this esports thing for shooters that didn't exist at the level that it does now because of Black Ops 2. And that's one of the things that I think makes Black Ops 2 the best Call of Duty ever. Those are my top 4. The maps, the guns, the 10-point system, and the competitive play. What do you think? What do you think is the best Call of Duty ever? Is it Black Ops 2? Is it possible to appreciate a legend while he's still in his prime? Or do they have to retire before you see their true greatness? Yeah, let me know. Or maybe you just disagree. Maybe you think Modern Warfare. Let me know. Leave in the comments which Call of Duty is the best one ever and why, because I'm curious.